Alright everybody, Dan Jack here, and this is the 212 running from Hollywood Highland Station to Hawthorne Lennox Station or Inglewood, depending on what version you ride. So this line is basically part of Division 5 with a couple of other buses. Here are the names, or numbers. But we're going to talk about this line today, and we're going to talk about its history, some fleets, and some fun facts, and some tips if you want to ride the 212 whenever you're going. Anyway, grab some food, take some notes, and I hope you're ready to learn more about the 212. Let's go. Now for the 212, the fleet is pretty much all XNs. Yes. Just XNs. Yes, this bus that you're looking at right now, yeah, that one only uses that one. Sometimes, not sometimes, back in like the early days, they used to add knobbies and like some older buses, but you know, things happen, and as time went on, some buses just move around and some retire. But yeah, that's the fleet. Pretty short and simple. Anyway, let's talk about some tips you should know.
Okay, so if you don't know, I do not like the next gen bus plan. Really, I do not like it. Well, the only thing I really cared about is that they did do some good things, like increase some lines' frequencies and made lines more modified to make more sense for drivers to drive them. But they also done some pretty dumb things that pissed me off entirely, like when they shortened the 202 to now go to Delamo Station. Or when they removed the fucking 126.
126 died. All because of low ridership, because people never rode on it because it had no midday service. Now, if you really want to know more about my 126 review, go watch it right up the corner over there. I will also link my playlist if you're more interested on watching all the other cringe reviews I was doing. Anyway, let's get back on the 212. So the 212 had a proposal for this next-gen bus plan. It was supposed to go all the way down to South Bay Galleria. Now, if you don't know what South Bay Galleria is, back in the day, it used to be a pretty big mall that a lot of people used to go to. But now it's pretty much a small mall. Because like other malls like Westfield, Culver City, Delamo Mall kind of dominate. Even Lakewood Mall too. But back where I was saying, now this route was supposed to run like 7.5 minutes due to just from the change. This also means the 40 would also get shortened all the way down to downtown Inglewood K-Line Station, which I've said in my 40 review. That's also on the playlist, by the way. But really though, it's not the greatest plan. It forces people to make a stupid transfer that just doesn't feel right. I get the line runs 7.5 minutes, which is good, but it just doesn't feel that right. I live right in this Hawthorne area. I would have to take the 212, and if I want to go to like downtown, I would have to just rely on the trains instead, or there's that J Line BRT thing that runs on that 110 freeway. I would have to rely on that instead of using the 40, which is a good one-way access, without having to take too many trains. Jesus. But yeah, that's just my opinion on it. It's pretty stupid, but yeah, I don't know. It's just stupid. But anyway, let's just move on with a little history trip, shall we? Alright, the history trip of the 212. So, around the 90s, when Metro was formerly known as RTD, the 212 used to go from Inglewood all the way to Hollywood and Burbank. Looking back at that is fucking shocking as hell. But around the 2000s, when Metro was officially introduced, known as LACMTA, as Metro, they basically had to cut the 212's portion, and now that was later on given to the 222, which uses that portion that goes to the Hollywood Burbank Airport. Meanwhile, the 212 has been extended all the way down to Hawthorne Lennox Station, which it still runs over there to this damn day. No changes have been happening as I'm recording. But then after that, as 212 has mostly been the same until about 2004 when they introduced the 312, which was just basically a limited stop counterpart, which basically did limited services at certain points of La Brea. Pretty much that's what the 312 is. And then around like 2020, this is where everything changed. The next gen bus plan. So around the time the 312 and the 212 would later get merged. This would later introduce a new version of the 212 that would basically run a more faster service than the 312 could have, which I guess works. I still feel like the 312 should exist, because the line is it's not long, it's just some people want to get there fast, I feel like. But that's where the 212 is at pretty much right now. A little simplified history trip, but anyway, I guess that's pretty much the end of this video. And it took me a while to make this, and it's been like 2 months since I uploaded my last video, so it feels great to come back at least. But hey, I'm glad to be back making more crappy reviews with y'all, and I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you next time. Bye.